Good evening, boys and girls. I'm back. That's what I always say. I'm back. Somebody should ask me where have I been. I could tell you big stories about what's going on here at my house.
Freebird, don't talk about that. Let's talk about Jacob and Rebekah tonight.
Oh, yeah, the story from last night. Yeah, I remember Jacob was a little bit like Mama's favorite boy.
Okay. Read tonight.
Okay. The day came when Isaac had grown very old. He's the daddy. He had to stay in bed most of the time, and he could hardly see. He's a senior citizen.
Yes, he was.
He knew that he would not live much longer. He called Esau, that's his favorite one, right?
Yep.
To him, and he asked, "Take your bow and arrows and go hunt for me. Bring me a deer and cook it the way I like it." He liked it spicy.
Spicy what?
Stew.
Okay.
"Perhaps it will make me feel a little better. We can talk, and you can tell me about the hunt, and then I'll give you the blessings that is your birthright." I explained that last night. I'm not explaining that anymore.
Explain.
There's no X to it. It's just explaining it.
No, it's... Okay, just go ahead and keep going.
Now, Rebekah heard Isaac talking with Esau. And as Esau hurried out to obey his father's wishes, she called Jacob. "Psst, psst, Jacob." That's how she did it. Perhaps she knew that Jacob had already bargained with Esau for the birthright. And as far as they were concerned, it was gonna get traded, swapped. And she saw that this was the time to make it official. Together, they planned to play a trick on Isaac. Oh, that's not nice.
Keep going.
They would send Jacob in, pretending to be Esau, and get Isaac the daddy to give him the birthright. Oh, these two are totally opposites. We've already discussed that. One is hairy, and one is smooth, and one stays smelling good, and the other one's a little stinky.
Keep going.
She always says that. Keep going. Jacob was timid and shy about trying to fool his father, and said, "What if he should discover who I am and becomes angry with me?" That's a strong possibility, dude.
What else?
And then he would be mad.
Right.
And the mama said, "Let his anger be on me. Oh, Mom's going to take the rap for it. Now go and let us hurry to carry out my plan." So Jacob, he fetched 2 little goats from his father's flock, and his mother told him to do it. And they killed the goats and they skinned them. With the meat, Rebekah prepared a stew, seasoned it, and cooked it just the way, so it wouldn't taste like deer meat. Well, it really was, not deer meat, but she wanted it to taste like deer meat. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you kind of fixed it up.
She knew that Isaac, as old and sick as he was, he would probably not even notice the difference. Then she took the skin of the goats and wound it around Jacob's hands and part of the back of his neck that showed. She wanted Isaac to think that he was touching, Esau, his hairy little body. At last, Rebekah brought out one of Esau's robes for Jacob to wear. She even wanted him to smell like the clothes and Isaac would think that it was his favorite older son. That's true. Doggies know your smells. They know everybody's smells in the whole house. Given Jacob the stew, and then he gave him some bread, and she told him to go to your father. Jacob was a little bit frightened, but he took it and went to the old man's room. "Father," Jacob said, "here I am.
Yeah, that was a really good voice.
Said Isaac.
Who are you, my son?
He was scarcely could see, and Jacob probably spoke softly so his voice would not be recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Esau, your oldest son. Liar. Shh. I have done just as you asked me, Father. I tried to sit up, and he tried to sit up to eat some of the deer that I brought. Come on, you can try it. Then give me your blessing. Wow, talk about cutting to the chase. Poor Isaac could not see, but he was not easily fooled. Questions came to his mind. He's asked, how do you find the deer so quickly? Oh. God was with me, and I came upon him very soon, said Jacob. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Hanging from a telephone wire.
Just keep going.
Still, Isaac was not satisfied. He asked Jacob to come near in order that he might feel him. Well, this is going to do it. As he felt the goat's hair that Jacob had on his neck and hands, he was further puzzled. Again, he asked if this was really Esau. He knows. Then he had Jacob come nearer so that he could smell his clothes and the outside smell. Solemnly he placed his hands, because he got fooled, on his son Jacob and said, God give you the best in heaven and on earth and plenty to eat and drink. He's doing it to the wrong guy. Oh my. Let people serve you and nations will honor you. Let your brothers bow down to you. Uh-oh. Let him that causes you... Oh, no, not causes. It says curses you.
Yeah, I thought you had to reread that word.
Let him that curses you be cursed, and that blesses you be blessed. So Jacob received the blessing. Dun, 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 dun. I do sound effects too.
I noticed.
No sooner had Jacob left Isaac than Esau came in from the hunt. He hurried to make the deer stew for his father, and then he said, here it is. And his daddy said, who is this now? Esau, your oldest son. This voice could not be mistaken. The smell of the woods, the freshly killed deer smell, still came from Esau's skins and clothes. They need to stay farther apart. You know, that distancing stuff.
Yeah, well.
Immediately, Isaac realized, oh no, that he had been fooled. Perhaps anger rose within him, but he knew that it was too late. He knew that God would bring good even out of lies. I don't know how he does that.
Keep working.
He could make things work for the best in his plans. He remembered that even before the twins were born, God had told Rebekah that the younger would rule. Wow, that was true. Esau would not listen to such talk. He begged for their blessings, but Isaac could not give them only once. He could take it back. He could say he had his fingers crossed and that it was all a big fib.
He won't do it.
He had already made Jacob a ruler over Esau. Even a great strong man like Esau cried over his lost birthright. Excuse me? Last night he gave that birthright away for a single serving of stew. It's really not his fault.
Whose fault?
The daddy. It's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
He says to his dad, have you no blessing for me, Father? And Isaac gave Esau what kind of blessing he could, but it was not the same one that he gave Jacob. Esau was furious and left full of anger for the brother that had taken his birthright and blessing. I'm telling you, he'd already given it away the night before. I was reading. Why is he in such a big huff?
I don't know. Because something finally really did happen with it.
Okay. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed early tonight.
Okay.
Kitties, I want you to do what you do. You cuddle down. Pull those covers up. And dream about birdies.